Okay, we have a big announcement to make, and we've been trying to get all of our ducks in a row before we told you, and now it's finally time to let you know that I, Jessica Daylover, founder of a nuclear fusion app, am officially stepping down as CEO. Now, before you jump to any conclusions, let me just go ahead and tell you how we got here. So this fine specimen right here, this is Pia. They came on board January 2024 as our chief product officer. They were hired to design and wireframe the beta version of our app. So they got us through the end of that project, and then it came time to either crowdfund phase 3 or pivot in some kind of way. And even though we ran out of money, they just didn't go anywhere. And I was like, bitch, what are you doing? And they were like, bitch, I believe in the dream. And so for the last year and a half, we've been working together on an almost full-time basis, and we've become really close friends. Now, a couple of months ago, we were working really hard, the entire architectural team, to flip our network to be non-hierarchical. So anyway, for weeks in all these meetings, they were being really weird. They were like, they have to tell us something. They need to like come out of the closet. And I was like, just say what it is. And they're like, no, I can't. I got to find the right time. They were being really bashful about it. So we were up late trying to flip this network. And I was like, can you just tell me this thing that you have to tell us? And they're like, no. We need our emergence wizard on the call, which is like our business coach. And finally it hits me and I'm like, oh, you want to be CEO. And they were like, oh no, are you mad at me? Why are you so psychic? Oh God, yeah. And I was like, you want to be CEO. And they're just like, oh my God. Like, how do you feel about that? And I was like, tell me why. And they were like, 5 reasons. Boom, 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 boom. And they had their 5 reasons ready. And at the end of the 5 reasons, I was like, sold. Honestly, sold. And as the new creative director of Nuclear Fusion app, I'm going to make them make a video explaining the 5 reasons why they wanted to be CEO. And one of them is that they don't want to be CEO. And that is a sign that they should be CEO. Now, this is the cool thing about working within a non-hierarchical business model. First of all, every single decision that we make is done for one reason and one reason only. And that is, does it further the evolutionary purpose of our business? And in this case, Pia becoming CEO absolutely furthers our evolutionary purpose. 2, a lot of the actions that we take are based on vibes. Sometimes we even pull tarot. So Pia getting this intuition that they're supposed to be CEO meant a lot to me. Intuition to me matters as much as like statistical analysis. So if somebody on my team comes to me and tells me they're getting an intuitive feeling about something, I'm gonna listen. And one day, Pia will start to get the vibes that their turn as CEO is over and will probably be getting signs that it's someone else's turn. And that's just how it works here. And the third really rad thing about working for a non-hierarchical business is that I'm not really stepping down as CEO because there's no hierarchy. I'm just stepping over. I just said stepping down at the beginning of the video because I knew it was kind of clickbaity and it made the video inherently more interesting. And hopefully I still have your attention. Now, one of Pia's requests in taking over CEO is that we perform an official handoff ceremony. They really want to honor me and how far I brought the project as CEO, which actually means a lot to me. I'm looking forward to that. It will be a digital experience open to all of our members. I also want to share that this is really meaningful for me because once upon a time, this would have been a difficult thing for me because I approached all of my projects from a place of ego and wounding. I needed the power, I needed the credit, I needed the hierarchy, I needed to feel like I was important and in some kind of control. And so I'm just gonna pat myself on the back for the healing and the shadow work I've done, that I've reached this point where I'm like, hell yeah. Secondly, your girl is tired. This project is 2.5 years old at this point. I had no idea that it was gonna get this far when I started this thing, and I just am ready to hand it off because don't forget, it takes a village to build a village building app. And my time as CEO has come to an end, and I'm ready to don my new hat as creative director and director of marketing. So without further ado, I officially now on social media am passing the CEO baton to Pia, and I hope that you continue to follow our journey because we're doing things differently over here at Nuclear Fusion App, and we're having a hell of a lot of fun.